It's that time of the year again that the 10-kilometer Okpekpe road race, the only Nigerian IAAF bronze medal race, has come to the state of Edo for the 5th time. Okpekpe is a town in the Nsako East local government area of Edo State, Nigeria, with a population of 3,155 people. Located about 25 kilometers northeast of Uchi, the second largest city, its people are specifically of a North Ibi homogeneous group known as the Afamai. A record 5th time for the IAAF Bronze Label event is a laudable feat, and the organizers, government of Edo State, and its people are really proud of their achievement. This is because a new government is in power, but has not hesitated to take up the passed-on baton of the 10-kilometer road race to the finish line of another edition.
This is the first time I will be hosting as governor. I have participated in the last 4 as a runner, and so it's a race I'm enamored with. It's a race I like, it's a race I enjoy. Myself and my wife run the race annually. And so as host this year, I want to make it more exciting. I want to put my all in it, not just as a runner, but also as a host.
While the race was open to members of the public, it also featured some of Africa's leading stars in the running world. The waiting finally over. Race day. First up, the governor and former governor front and center, as they led a party of sponsors, government representatives, and IAAF officials to kick off proceedings. Incredible scenery as an estimated 8,000 people took to the streets in this beautiful part of the world, awash with dense vegetation, hills, rocks, and natural mineral reserves. It really doesn't get better than this in this magnificent part of Africa. Admittedly, the VIPs weren't quite sprinting, but this was more about camaraderie rather than competition. The pace started to pick up towards the end. And as the delegates made their way to the ceremonial finish, they were greeted by thousands of spectators. An estimated 8,000 people took to the streets in this beautiful part of the world, awash with dense vegetation, hills, rocks, and natural mineral reserves. The delegates made their way to the ceremonial finish and were greeted by thousands of spectators.
Welcome to Okpekpe. We're here with the Executive Governor of Edo State, and he's here to address his people, of course. So let's start with this race. Obviously, the former governor started this. You've come ahead and continued, so there's continuity. Why did you think it was necessary to continue this event?
Thank you. From the beginning, the decision to have the Okpekpe road race was one that was conceived by my predecessor in office, Comrade Oshomole, who I served as the chairman of his economic team. When we finished building this lovely scenic road to Okpekpe, we thought we had created something that could add a lot of value to the lives and the prosperity of the people in this area. For those who knew what this road was like before we constructed it, it was a challenge getting to Okpekpe. Today, we not only have vehicles drive freely and easily into Okpekpe, we have international people come and run and bring prosperity to this great city and town of Okpekpe.
The grand patron of the Okpekpe Road Race, Honorable Adams Oshomole, joins me here at the Okpekpe again for a very young man. He participated yet again for the 5th year in a row. He's participated. He's done the 10 kilometers. Maybe he didn't run, but he did the 10 kilometers, which is more than I can say and more than a lot of people can say for themselves here. And on that note, I say congratulations again. You finished the race. How do you do it? Where do you get the energy?
Well, first, let me thank you so much for being part of it. The point I really want to amplify is that we should all appreciate and congratulate Governor Obaseki for sustaining the tradition. Because there were a number of people who thought that once Comrade Oshomole was out of office, Okpekpe would be out of the way. What Governor Obaseki has done is to, by his own participation and coming here, is to give affirmative action or expression to our commitment to continue with things that are good, because that is the problem of Nigeria. So I'm happy that the program has already outlived my own tenure of office, and that is the way it should be.
The race was for amateurs and professionals alike and could not have been made possible were it not for sponsor EcoBank.
I think the Okpekpe Road Race has now become one of the major sports events in Nigeria, and I think it's kind of portraying, the role that Nigeria is also playing in sports. We EcoBank are a proud sponsor of this event, and for us, having such a partnership. Supporting people who are coming from all over the world for this 10-kilometer race is a way to support not only sport, but also to support the Pan-African mission that we have as a financial institution.
Now to racing proper, the IAAF component of the 10-kilometer. A host of international stars competing on the tar in Nigeria. Time to execute another 10-kilometer Okpekpe road race with a flourish. Some seem in their element and others appear to be easing off some performance nerves tension. Yet different groups of athletes and personnel found opportunities to immortalize a day that is sure to remain in most memories for a very long time. The weather, a favorable 26 degrees Celsius. And they are off. What a view, what a race. The event, like all long-distance contests, ebbed and flowed with different runners taking up leadership positions at different stages. Al Aziz of Morocco is the first clear leader. But the first major shift in the lead occurred just before the 4-kilometer point. Langat Kiprono of Kenya overtook compatriot Wilson Kiprono, who then held the lead for a while. More drama unfolded just before the 6-kilometer mark. Tanzanian runner Ismaila Juma put himself in contention with a determined spurt. Then the troika of Langat, Cheprot Simon, another Kenyan, and Jameli Bekele of Ethiopia stayed ahead of the pack. Of course, the key of 10-kilometer running is to sprint almost flat out, and a sub-30 was certainly on the cards for all the runners. Langat Kiprono led the field for much of the way, while Morocco's Al Aziz Mustafa, who had led at the start of the race, and Wilson Kiprono, who was going strong at the 4th K, dropped out of sight of the leading pack. As the runners approached the 8-kilometer point, which is at the bottom of an incline, Langat leapt down the slope past the mark, with Lul Gebrselassie firmly in the chase, and another Ethiopian, Jameli Bekele, close on his heels. Langat unfortunately could not keep up the pace as he dropped into the back of the pack as the Ethiopians coasted past him. Just after a bend heading into the 9th, at this point the leading pack thinned into a 5-man huddle. As they raced up the corner of the hill, heading towards the 9-kilometer mark. Kenyan runner Chiprot Simon, who had kept pace with the leading pack from the 4th kilometer, found the ascent into the 9th tasking. He dropped off, and then there were 4. Luel kept the pace firing up front, and the men behind him managed to keep up to speed. It certainly was a race for the ages. In the women's event, another Ethiopian, Gabru Azemra, overtook Veronica Maina of Kenya in the last kilometer. While the pace wasn't quite as quick as the men, it was certainly fast. Gebru finding things tough, but not extremely tough, as she held forth in first place. A terrific run from the Ethiopian. Gebru continued to increase the gap between her and Maina, and it looked as if the checkered flag was hers for sure. Still a bit of racing to do, but look at the ease with which she takes on the road. Back to the men, halfway into the last. Kay Luel powered forward, picking up a much faster pace than David and Jameli, and what a performance. Luel's sudden sprint toward the finish line, ensuring a victory in a time of 29 minutes and 28 seconds. Let's join the action right now.
The first runners approaching now. I can tell you that we do not have a defending champion crossing the line for the first time. He was looking to be the first to retain his title of the Okpekpe road race, 10-kilometer road race. Unfortunately for him, that didn't happen. We do have a new winner right here, and we do have the first person in, the second person in, and Thierry, the third person in as well. Well, we do know that the women will come back about 4 minutes behind the men. But what a race it has been as well. And remember, it's not just the elite athletes running. We do have other organizations running as well, and some dignitaries running as well, including the former governor of Edo State, Adams Oshomole. Others are still coming in. You can see the finish line right there on your screen, and you can also see the fans lined up for you. It's a wonderful road race, very mountainous, very difficult terrain, but the weather is much better than it was last year. That much I can tell you. I'm coming in now, trying to finish. It's a very tough race, 10 kilometers, running for about between 29 and 30 minutes for the 10 kilometers race, but it's really, really brutal. You have to understand that these races are brutal. These men and women are warriors. They are really, really strong. And you have Liu, the first winner from this Okpekpe road race 2017 edition, the 5th edition. And we do have the winner right here with us. Congratulations on winning the race. How do you feel right now?
Oh, thank you very much. Today race is very, very hard. Altitude is very hard, but this competition I am fighting, I am number one. I am happy so much. Oh, so it's can. Nigerian people is very good in organizer. All people is good guys and good competition. Thank you very much.
Let's talk about the terrain, the track or the route. It's very hilly. How do you condition yourself to take care of that?
This cross is track and is very difficult. Only I am on. Everything is track training, but no asphalt preparation. Only this competition coming. Next championship in London. I'm fighting 10 kilometers. Thank you very much.
Luel was closely followed by his compatriots David Fikadab and Jameli Bekele, making it an Ethiopian clean sweep of the podium. The best placed Nigerian was Juka Kamande, who finished in 12th place. The Nigerian elites was led by Emmanuel Giyang.
Gabriel is the one that is coming in first for the women. What a race it's been for her as well. Like you heard the winner say, it's the humidity here is quite high. The weather for the athletes not as good as it is for those of us who aren't running, and the altitudes as well is making it has made it a very difficult race for them. You can see them really sweaty, but there you have the first woman coming in. She's sprinting to that finish line, and that looks like she will cross the line in a very good time as well. She's very happy. And then the second woman is also coming behind her right now. The second woman is coming, just about to pass the finish line. The fans are beginning to get even more excited. They are beginning to react more to these races, and you can see the media men as well. Everyone is trying to get a piece of these warriors. Remember, the first winner, male and female, will go home with $15,000, and for the second place, they will go home with $10,000. There's also a financial or remuneration or prize money for Nigerians. There you have Njeru, who won it last year. She comes in as the second woman. She wasn't able to retain her title. But I can tell you that there will be prize money for the first, second, third, fourth and fifth Nigerians, as they will have for the people from the indigenous community of Okpekpe as well.
What a performance from the international competitors in the ladies' competition, grabbing the top 6 spots on the leaderboard. Deborah Pam finished first in the Nigerian elites competition, while Akusha Rose was the best placed Nigerian.
How tough was it for you to come here and get second place?
Wow, this race is, first of all, my name is David Fekadu. I came from Ethiopia. So, and this race is very difficult because in the weather condition, and the race is very difficult. So, the all of strong athlete, me I'm position 2, so I'm very happy. Thank you so much.
Well, for the women, there's a lot of rivalry between the Kenyans and the Ethiopians, and we do have a Kenyan, no surprises there, finishing in second position. Veronica, congratulations. Let's talk about your experiences at the Okpekpe Road Race.
What?
Let's talk about your experience here.
The road, it was good. The people are cheering us. That was fine. And I really love the course. It's healing, but it's okay. Yeah.
Well, third place Alice Timbili from Kenya joins me here. I can tell you this is Alice's third race in Nigeria. She has a very good history of finishing in the podium positions, and this time around she's finished third. Alice, last time you were here, it was in Lagos, running the Lagos City Marathon. Now you're here for your first Okpekpe Road Race. What's the difference? What's it been like for you?
The difference is the marathon is longer and 10K is more shorter. So to catch up with speed of marathon and 10K is more different. So I just came on my own pace, and then I get myself where I was.
All right, Deborah, congratulations. Again, you finished as the first Nigerian. What's your dream now? What do you want to now do, apart from finishing as first Nigerian?
Thank you. My dream is that before, it was school that was distract me in not order to go out for the competition. But now that I'm through with my NC, I was targeting to train and go out for the competition outside the country, like US and the other countries.
Well, Elizabeth, it's been a good race for you. You keep improving every year.
Yes, I keep improving every year because of my training and the determination that I have for this country. Because every year, where those Kenya used to come here and beat us, I'm not happy with it. So